There's a new game, just came out of open beta, and now it's an official release, and it's Albion Online, and it's awesome. Where are you going?
What do you mean, where am I going? Where are you going?
Just following you.
I'm going to the bank.
Well, then that's where I'm going.
Why are you going to the bank?
I don't know. I'm following you.
Hey, it sold something in the auction house.
Hello,
Christ.
everybody, and welcome to the Thaco Gamers. My name is Matt, and I have here with me today other Matt, who is going to the bank and the auction house.
Yes.
And we are playing Albion Online, and this game is pretty fun. We're
It's
actually
pretty cool.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
having a lot of fun with this. So we're gonna do a first impressions type review for this. Let you guys know what we think of it, and let you know what we think of it. It's late. We put a lot of hours into this tonight.
Yeah. God, when did we start? Like 8:30?
Yeah, and this is night
You guys
two.
were already on, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we've got a few hours. I've got probably about 10 hours into this game now. We're going to continue to play it after this as well. So we'll give updated comments on the game, what we think about it as we progress further into the game. But for right now, we're at Tier 3, starting to push into Tier 4, which is kind of like the leveling system in this. And I guess I'll let you start, Matt. What do you want to say? What do you guys say about this game?
This game is crazy fun. Like, there's so much to do, and I mean, the same thing with every new game that you start. You know, there's always so much stuff to learn, but it seems pretty easily graspable.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, you really don't have to think too much. Just upgrade from Tier 1 to Tier 2,
right?
To Tier 3 to Tier 4, and your character, you know, starts to get a little bit bigger and stronger as they go. The classing system is really cool. I like that.
Yep.
The combat I think is really fun. It's like a MOBA style combat. So you've got your QWERDF you know, and each one of those does different abilities. And those abilities change based off of your weapons
And armor.
Yeah. So each weapon and armor, the more you upgrade it, gives you bigger and better skills.
And different
which is
passives
really cool.
and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
So, and we've been, we haven't really done any research as far as at least I haven't, with any searching the internet for any builds. We just kind of jumped in, started crafting shit and putting it on and just figuring out what it does.
Yeah.
So,
And there was a beta, and this is not the beta. So the game is officially released today?
No.
For everyone?
For everybody, yes, was today. We were in yesterday.
Yep.
We were in the second phase. The first people were in on Monday, I believe. So, and this video is probably going to release Thursday. So actually because it's actually Thursday already. I'm looking at the time. So it will release today. So they actually released yesterday, officially on Wednesday, for everybody. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Getting to and we'll try to not make this video like hours long, but there's so much you can say about this game. The first thing I would say right off the bat is this is kind of like EVE Online meets League of Legends, or like
Arcade.
Like Arcade, yeah. So there's player housing. There's players can create their own shops in the towns. As you could see on the screen here, I mean, it is busy. There are tons of people.
Like you had texted me earlier this afternoon while I was working and earning some monies.
Right. So we can pay to win.
So that we can pay to win, because this is such a pay to win game. Which
that's
I
not true.
Looked if there's a cash shop at all.
The only thing in the cash shop, it's that crown up at the top there. Or no, wait, it's currency exchange.
That's premium
that's it.
status.
You just
Gold
buy
market.
You could just buy premium. That's it, and then you can pay. You can pay money just like Apex in Arcade and WoW tokens and stuff like that. You can pay real money to get a currency, which can then be converted to in-game currency, so you can buy stuff off the auction house. But that doesn't really get you that much, because you still have to go out and grind the ability to even equip that stuff.
And dude, this game is a grind.
Yes,
but it's fun.
It is. It's a fun grind so far.
It is. So far, yeah. I mean, when you go from level 3 to try and get to level 4, it goes from like what 1,200 experience to what does it say?
A ridiculous amount.
36,000. So you're. I mean, you're gonna be grinding. You're gonna be doing stuff, and you know it. I feel like you really need to pick something that you want to do.
Yes, you do.
And stick with that right off the bat. Get that leveled. Get to where you want to be. And then start to delve into like the little things. Or, I mean, if you want to take your time and slow roll the whole game, then just, you know, do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So you mentioned that, so I opened up the skill tree here, and I do wish that this could zoom out more. It's kind of lame that you have to be so zoomed in, but
yeah.
So I'm looking at the skill tree here, and you basically, your tutorial, this is where you would start, and your tutorial stages take you up through the middle, and then once you get right to the middle here, then you can branch off in any direction. And there's this area is crafting, this is gathering, this is farming, this is your actual weapon skills. And then from here, it'll branch off from your like combat skills. It'll be specific with a mage, a cloth armor fighter, a hunter, a reaver. So like I am wearing plate armor and I'm using sword and board. So these are the skill trees that have just been opening up for me because I've been going in that direction. So I'm down here, and it actually goes down to there's my shield and there's my sword. That's why those are opened up this far. And my shield's actually, I'm a shield specialist, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not. I have something I have one thing that's on the very outer tier. But if you look at it,
really?
Yeah,
like all the way.
Yep, the shield. I just got it while we were playing tonight, but
That's
it's
insane.
But it's 1 out of 100. This has 99 more steps for this to go, and the one before it does as well. So there's still, just because I'm here doesn't mean there's not a ton more to do to get this leveled up more. But it's super cool, and you can be. And they market the game this way. You can just be a gatherer if you don't want to do anything but go out and gather stuff.
And make monies.
And make money for your guild or whatever, that you can just do that. Everything, every item in the game is crafted. So everything that you buy is crafted. You can't even make you can't even craft items and take them to the store and sell them. Like you just have to put them in the auction house or destroy them. You can't just sell them to a vendor.
Yeah, there's no vendor trash.
Yeah,
you know,
at
you
all.
Don't pick something up and then bring it to a vendor and sell it for like 32 copper. You know, it's like everything has a purpose in this game,
and not like Arcade or BDO, like Insanity. Everything has a purpose. Like this is so far, like it's pretty easy to tell what you need and what goes to what. Like, because I remember in those other games, those MMOs, even WoW does it to a certain extent, to where you go out and you're like, I don't know if I'm supposed to sell this or keep it or what the hell I'm supposed to do with this. Yeah,
I just got some purple gemstone. What do I use it for?
Right.
Oh, you can use it to socket your armor, or you can use it enchanting. You know, and you're like, what the? It doesn't even make sense. But in this, leather goes for leather, wood goes for wood stuff. If you want to build a bow, you go, you know,
wood and leather
get
and
some wood. You know, if you want to build leather armor, go get some leather, you know, out of a cow or a fox or something like that. Go, you know, go kill it, go mine it, or not mine it, but harvest it. Bring it back and make yourself some leather armor.
Yep.
You know,
and you can absolutely rule money wise just by harvesting, just by crafting. If you're a crafter and you love crafting, you can buy your own island, set up your farms and your crafting areas out there, and just do your own thing. Tell all your buddies in your guild to bring me the stuff, and I shall craft it for you. But I will sit here and do nothing up until you know. But you could do
I'm
that.
I'm telling you, man. Like somebody that likes to do that kind of thing is going to be in a huge demand in this game, I think, because I mean, it's somebody that gets all of their crafting stuff like maxed out and everything, while everybody else is out there fighting each other, you know. They're gonna be making so much dough in this game. It is ridiculous. Like just seeing, because it takes so long to get your crafting stuff up. You know, and to equip higher gear, you've got to, you know, unlock it through combat. But if you want to unlock higher tiers of crafting, you have to actually craft stuff, you know. And it's not that, oh, get 300 skill points in alchemy and you can make the greatest potions there are.
Nope.
You know, it's it's a long trek, but it looks like it's really rewarding.
Yep, it does, and and like I said, we can only speak as a first impressions, but so far we're having a lot of fun with it. We're enjoying the grind. We had 4 of us today. Actually, my son came out with us, and then myself and Matt, and we had other Jay with us as well as a healer, and we got into some PvP out in the world. We got
That was actually pretty fun.
yeah. So we're definitely, at least I am going to continue playing this and seeing what else the game has to offer. I mean, there's so much to talk about right now, but I don't want to speak and misspeak because I might not know every little thing about this, but we're definitely enjoying it. And we'll continue to play. What do you think, Matt? Do you have is there anything we're kind of missing, like a big overall picture about this that we want to talk about?
The only gripes that I have about this is the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, the graphics aren't the greatest. They're a lot better than I thought they were going to be. It's a little cartoonish.
Yeah.
But it fits. You know, it fits the world. It's not like your character's out of place, like a cartoony figure in some great big massive, real verse or something.
Right.
It's the artwork fits. The combat fits. The MOBA style combat is really cool. I dig that.
Combat is super smooth. I'm very happy with that.
If you like League of Legends and you like Dota, or even Smite, is it? Smite Heroes of the Storm. That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, Heroes of the Storm, not Smite. Then you'll like the combat in this. And I mean, if you're good at those, you'll most likely be good at this.
Yeah, you'll probably have a huge upper hand actually, because I would. Not every MMO player is a MOBA player, so
right. Yeah. No, and it definitely helps out when we're doing combat. Like that guy, we snuck up on a guy that was riding a cart, and we basically just destroyed his cart and killed him, and then took some money, which is really cool because, if you go and you kill somebody in a game like World of Warcraft, you loot them and you get like 1 honor. But
right.
I mean, in this, you actually steal a certain amount of silver based off of the items that they have.
Yep.
And if they choose to die, you can loot their entire corpse. You steal everything off of their body.
Or they can just be knocked unconscious, but you have to sit there for a kind of a ridiculous amount of time. It's like 3 minutes.
2.5 minutes, yeah.
And it probably gets worse the more we haven't tested that. That'd be interesting to find out. But
just keep killing me over and over again.
Now, another thing that you mentioned that I do want to point out, and I think is super cool about this, you don't pick a class. You just start grabbing shit and putting it on. So plate armor, like I have plate armor and a sword. Now, my abilities down here at the bottom, QWERD. Now, if I click on my sword, my Q ability, this sword has the ability to give me a heroic strike, which is a high damage on one guy, or a cleave, which, it's an AoE damage. Everyone that plays any kind of a tank gets what a cleave is. So,
right.
But so you pick what goes into Q, W, E, and R just based on this sword here. And then from there, it moves on to, with your armor that you have. I have a taunt and I have a heal. This one reduces damage. This one increases crowd control duration that I impose upon others. So you totally pick, you spec your character out just with the gear that you have. And if I get sick of this, I can take this gear, I can go throw it in my bank, and I can go out and grab a bunch of mage gear and put it on, start with basically the equivalent of level 1, and go out and just start fighting with this stuff on. You get better, and then you can use the next tier of gear, therefore, like, leveling yourself up again. So if you want to play a mage one day, go ahead. Go grab all your stuff, play as a mage. And no one can even tell. There's no levels, so no one can tell what you are necessarily.
The only thing, just by the looks.
Right. But I mean, like,
this guy's carrying a sword and a shield. Obviously, he's a tank, but
none of that.
And then the only other thing that I've noticed to tell a difference between characters is their hit point value.
Yes, that too.
And that's it.
But what I was gonna say is there's no you get into a game like WoW or something like that, and it's like, oh, I'm a level 50 or 70 or 2,000 or whatever WoW's up to now, and I have a friend that just started playing. Either you have to create a new character, or you know what I mean, or you have to go into like the newer areas of WoW where leveling doesn't even matter. Everyone's the same level, which is dumb. With this, you're just like, hey, I'm gonna play with my buddy that's on. Let me throw on some cloth armor and go out, and I can quest with you now and go play with you, and you're just leveling up another aspect of your character that you can utilize later.
Yeah, and show them the map too, because apparently in the beta the map wasn't this big.
Okay,
but it is massive.
Okay,
oh my Jesus, there's another continent.
Yes, up in the north.
What the heck? Okay,
so we started here on this island. And then we made our way out to here, and this is all like the beginner tutorial area. And then we made our way, where would we go? Forest Cross is where we're at now. And I'll kind of show where we've ventured today. We made our way up to here, Limehurst, and then off to the west, and then I think out to here to Drywater Meadow, where I was able to get some tier 4. What was that? Iron. Yeah. So, but now if I zoom out, you get a kind of an idea here. This is where we started, and we've played around here, and then zoom out, and we have all of this other continent, all these other continents here and countries, and then all the way up to the top, and then the top of the world, there's a whole almost 2 more worlds up at the top here.
That is so crazy. There's got to be an achievement for traveling to all these places.
Right.
And if there's not, well, they should put it in.
So, but yeah, so it's pretty cool. Lots to do. The world bosses out here. I don't know if you've zoomed in on some of the middle and seen some of these world bosses here. This boss will reappear in 7 days and 19 hours.
Earlier, yeah, some big, huge. Oh, you're looking at Innismon. Or no? That actually looks pretty funny. You need to go check that out. It's straight north from where we are.
Is it the woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her before.
Big, giant, jiggly arms.
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny. And then they have the instance PvP zones that Eisen and I jumped into earlier, which was 2v2, but it was also PvE. So you're in there fighting monsters, but then there's another group of 2 people in there fighting monsters as well, and you stay in there until either everybody else dies or you die. And then when you die, you get teleported out. So it's like a mini MOBA, you know, that you're fighting each other over these resources, which are, you know, the bad guys, the PvE guys, and they're dropping silver and stuff like that for you to loot. But then you've also got this other group to contend with, which I thought was really fun.
Yep, and we haven't experienced a lot of that stuff yet. Hopefully we will soon. But they are saying that guilds can actually take control of different areas in the game and open up trade routes for yourselves and stuff like that. And I'm assuming that's what some of these like arrows and lines that you see between places.
Yeah, I see those too, yeah.
And we're still learning all this stuff too, but oh, there's some over here as well. But anyways, so and in order to battle for those, I believe what I read on it is that you can do, like you said, a MOBA style battle that's literally like 5v5, and you go into this instance PvP zone to battle and earn. So outside of the world PvP, that's kind of how they make the battlegrounds from your typical MMO and throw them into here too. So yeah, I mean, there's a ton to do. You know, graphics aren't the best, but who cares? I'm not a big graphics person.
Gameplay.
Yeah, this is all about gameplay. It's nice and smooth. And with the dumbed down graphics, that's how you can have the 70 billion people that are in this screen running around right now.
It's so nuts.
Because there are so many people. Look at this. This is like the bank in the middle. It is.
Yeah, it's like SimCity, but scrolled all the way in. And you see all the little people and everybody driving around. Look at that bank. It is insane.
I know. Look at all the people around the bank.
There's so many people in the middle of that bank.
I'm going to turn on nameplates just so they can see everything.
I have it, and it is ridiculous.
So, in case you were wondering what was an NPC, and what was an actual playable character. You can't even. They're so stacked on each other here. You can't even tell how many people are in there.
Yeah. Well, it says what in the map. If you click on the
200
city, you can actually see how many people are in that
200
particular city.
85 in just this town. This town is super small. Super small. It takes like what 15 seconds to run from one end of the town to the other, and there's 300 people in here.
Right.
And this is just one town. So lots of people playing. Now every MMO has this right
in the beginning.
Yeah, at least MMO with even the modest amount of hype when it comes out, it's totally nuts, and there's queue times and there's all this ridiculousness. And especially this is a mega server game. You're not even instanced outside of and like have to teleport to other people's instance. Like everyone is on the same thing here.
Yep.
Yeah. So
and there's no questing.
Yeah, there's no questing.
There's no quests. It's crazy.
It's all super sandbox.
Do what you want to do.
Yep. So we've created our guild. We have the Thaco Gamers Guild on here, and we're gonna continue to play it. I'm gonna press on, play this game some more. I'm sure Matt is. I know Eisen and Jay. Chad. I don't know what happened to Chad tonight. I thought he was gonna be on, but he's had some other things going on, so he was not able to make it. But I think with the crafting in here, so long as he doesn't get murdered too bad in PvP, I think we'll be able to keep Chad playing.
We'll just keep him on an island all by himself. He'll be our guy that makes things.
Yeah, we'll just keep bringing stuff to him, and he can craft it for us.
I haven't seen sunlight in 30 days. Shut up and make me a bow.
Oh,
but yeah, it's definitely a fun game. Graphics aren't the greatest, but the gameplay is super fun so far.
And hopefully it continues, and we will have, I'm certain we're going to make at least a few more videos on this, possibly some tutorials.
Absolutely.
Builds that we've come up with that we like, and gameplay videos. We'll probably do just some generic Let's Plays as we're out and about murdering and getting murdered.
Maybe some dungeon banters.
Yeah, actually dungeon banters.
Definitely do some PvP videos. I got to teach this guy how to PvP.
I'm horrible at it. I believe my 3 years of League of Legends, though, hopefully has given me at least a little bit of ability to hold my own a little bit.
Archer the way that you play Ashe all the time.
Yeah, I know, but I just kind of stumbled into this, and now I'm tanking. That's what everyone wanted, so that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
But yeah, having a good time with it. Is there anything else before we close up, Matt? Anything final thoughts?
No, just keep on the lookout for future videos.
All right, and thank you everybody for joining Thaco Gamers, and we'll see you we'll see you later.
Do you want to do that again?
No, fuck it.
What are you? You got a stuttering problem?
Shut it.